Hello students, our today's chapter is work, energy and power. Now let's just talk about work. What is work? Work is said to be done only when the force applied on a body makes the body move. Okay, that is the displacement should be there. So how can you measure work? The amount of work done by a force is equal to the product of the force and the displacement of the point of application of the force, which means W equal to F into S. Now here you will basically study that S this will be W equal to F into S, but actually the W, which is the work, it is W equal to Fs cos theta. Now before we move on to W equal to Fs cos theta, suppose W equal to F into S, and if S is 0, which means that W is 0, so if a force acts on a body and the body does not move, which means the displacement is 0, then no work will be counted. And the example of such is if you are pushing a wall, you are applying force but the displacement is 0, so the work will be 0. Now W equal to Fs cos theta. How? See, in the triangle we have AB. The distance between AB is S cos theta. There is a point C. This block is coming from C to A. The displacement is S. So the work done will be W equal to F into AB. If in this right angle triangle, which is ABC, we are taking cos theta, so there is base upon hypotenuse, that is AB by AC, so which makes AB upon S, and which means the value of AB is S cos theta. Now substituting this value of AB in the equation W equal to F into AB, it gives us the formula W equal to Fs cos theta. So I hope you understand it. So from this W equal to Fs cos theta, it is clear that work done is equal to the product of magnitude of force, magnitude of displacement, and the cosine of the angle between the direction of force and displacement. You all easily remember the first 2 points, but you all forget to mention the third point. So you must know the third point, the cosine of the angle, that is theta, between the direction of force and displacement. It is also an important factor. Now we are talking about some special cases. For example, when theta is 0 degree. So when theta is 0 degree, which means cos theta will be 1, and when cos theta will be 1, it makes W equal to F into S. And I was about to tell you this earlier. In 10th you will only, most of the questions you will learn that your cos theta is 1, which means your theta will be 0 degree. Now in this form of work, the work done is positive. Now the second case is when your theta is equal to 90 degree. So when your theta is equal to 90 degree, which means cos theta will be 0, and since cos theta is 0, therefore no work is done. The third one and your final condition is when your theta is 180 degree, which makes cos theta minus 1, and minus 1 makes W equal to minus F into S, which means that the work done here is negative. Usually no work is done negative, but when the force opposes the motion, which means when it tries to stop a body, this type of work is known as negative work. Okay, now there are some units. As you all know, the SI unit is joule, and your 1 joule equal to 1 Newton into 1 meter, that is 1 joule equal to 1 Newton meter. Similarly, you have the CGS unit, which is dyne centimeter. So 1 joule is equal to 10 to the power 7 erg. Okay, and 1 joule, and we have some bigger units of joule also, like kilojoule, megajoule, gigajoule, just like that. Now let's talk about power. What is power? Power is W by T, which is the rate of doing work, is called power. So what is basically power? हमारे पास बॉडी में एनर्जी होती है तभी हम कोई काम कर पाते हैं, वो हमारी पावर है. कौन कितना भारी सामान उठा पा रहा है, वो उसकी पावर है. तो आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड व्हाट इज़ पावर. सो पावर यही है, और पावर के बस कुछ फॉर्मूले हैं. दैट इज़ 1 watt इक्वल टू 1 जूल पर सेकेंड, which is equal to 10 to the power minus 7 erg per second, and 1 horsepower equal to 746 watt, that is 0.746 kilowatt. And I hope you all learn these formulas, because these formulas are really important for you, for your numerical purpose. Now energy. What is energy? The capacity to do work is called energy. There are several units of energy, like hour, watt, kilowatt, calorie, electron volt, and 1 electron volt equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. And you must also know the difference between work and power, difference between energy and power. These are all the questions which sometimes you get, and when you don't know, you just skip these things. Now, your potential energy and your kinetic energy. There are two forms of mechanical energy, potential and kinetic. What is potential? The energy possessed by a body by virtue of its change position is called potential energy. And the symbol of potential energy is U, and U equals to mgh. Now, the potential energy is also of two types. That one is elastic potential energy, and the other one is gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy, the potential energy possessed by a body due to a force of attraction on earth, is called gravitational potential. And elastic potential, when an external force is applied on a body, its shape changes. Elasticity is the property of virtue of which a body regains its original configuration by the removal of external force. So this deformed state due to change in its configuration is called its elastic potential energy. Now there is kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy? The energy possessed by a body by the virtue of its state of motion is called kinetic energy. So now I hope you understood what is potential energy and what is kinetic energy. Now the next thing is, this one is really important for you. K equal to half mv square, and you have to prove this. So suppose a body of mass m has a velocity v, and it is brought to rest by applying a force F. Now let A be a uniform retardation, and the distance traveled before we can bring that body to rest is S. So which makes F equal to m into A and K equal to F into S. So if we are going to calculate the displacement S, here u will be v, because initially the velocity was v, and the final velocity is 0 because the body was brought into rest. So since A is retardation, and retardation is always taken as negative, so acceleration will be minus A, which makes our equation v square equal to u square plus 2as. So 0 equal to v square minus 2as, it gives us the value of displacement, that is v square by 2a. Now putting this value of S and the value of F in equation number 2, you will get ma into v square upon 2a, and this shows that K equal to half mv square. Now there is another short one. It basically comes in 2 marks. Relation between kinetic energy and momentum. So again we are taking a body of mass m, and it is also moving with velocity v. So K will be half mv square, and the momentum will be equal to mv. Now substituting the value of v from equation 1, it gives momentum upon m, which makes kinetic energy k equals to half m upon p rho upon m whole square, which makes us rho square upon 2m, which makes rho square equal to 2mk, that is rho equal to under root 2mk, and makes k equal to rho square oblique 2m. So it is just a short relation between kinetic energy and your momentum. Sometimes it comes in your examinations. Now this one is really important for you, the definition as well as the proving, that is work energy theorem. What is work energy theorem? According to work energy theorem, the work done by a force on a moving body is equal to increase in its kinetic energy. What is work energy theorem? According to work energy theorem, the work done by a force on a moving body is equal to the increase in its kinetic energy. Now, here we have the proof. A body of mass m having initial velocity u, when constant force F is applied along the direction of motion, it produces an acceleration a and velocity changes from u to v in moving distance s. So F will be equal to, force will be mass into acceleration, that is m into a. W equal to F into s, again using the equation v square equals to u square plus 2as. It gives us the value of s, that is v square minus u square upon 2a. Now substituting the value of F and S from equation 1 and 3 respectively in equation number 2, you will get half m v square minus u square, which makes half mv square minus half mu square. Half mv square is basically the final kinetic energy obtained by the body, and half mu square is the initial kinetic energy which the body possesses, so which makes the work W will be kf minus ki, and it shows your work energy theorem. Now, forms of kinetic energy. The first one is translation kinetic energy, the motion of a body in a straight line, and the kinetic energy of the body due to its motion in straight line is known as translation kinetic energy. Rotational, simply the motion of the body in a rotational or circular path, and due to which the body possesses a kinetic energy, is known as rotational kinetic energy. Now vibrational kinetic energy, if a body moves to and fro about its mean position, the motion is called vibrational motion, and the kinetic energy which is shown by such bodies is known as vibrational kinetic energy. Now, you must know a difference between potential energy and kinetic energy. Now, you should also know different forms of energy, like you should know solar energy, heat energy, light energy, chemical energy, hydro, electrical, nuclear, geothermal, wind, sound, magnetic, mechanical. Okay. And there are some conversions like dynamo. A dynamo converts mechanical energy into electrical energy, and a motor converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So there are a lot of such conversions, and I hope you will learn all of them. Now the next thing in our topic is principle of conservation of energy. So what is principle of conservation energy? According to principle of conservation of energy, energy can neither be created nor it can be destroyed. It can only be converted from one form to another form. This statement is really important. You must know this statement, you must learn this statement. And with this statement, we also have one more derivation for you, which is also really important. That is K plus U, which means a body which is falling freely under gravity is constant. So we are taking a body on three different positions, A, B and C. When the body is in position A, its height from the ground is h, and when the body is in position B, its height from the ground is h minus x, and when the body is in position C, it is on the ground, so the height will be 0. Now if we start it, a body of mass m is falling under gravity from height h. So at position A, the initial velocity acquired by the body will be 0. So the kinetic energy will also be 0. Now the potential energy, that is U, is equal to mgh, and that makes total energy is kinetic energy plus potential energy, so it makes K plus U equals to mgh. Now equation 1. Now at position B, we are taking V square equal to U square plus 2as. Here we are taking V as V1, so V1 square will be equal to U square, it will be again 0, plus 2gx. Why it is g? Because here acceleration is not acting, gravity is acting, because the body is falling freely under gravity. So it gives you K equal to half m V1 square, and now we are putting the value of V1 square which we have get from the above equation. Now if you will put this equation, K will be half m 2gx. Now K will be mgx, and now U will be mgh minus x, because look at that height of B from the ground, it is h minus x, so it makes mgh minus mgx. Again the total energy K plus U makes mgx plus mgh minus mgx, so again mgx got cancelled, so we have mgh. Now at position C, U will be 0, S will be equal to h, and A again will have gravity here, so V square equal to U square plus 2as, so again U will be 0, no A here will be G, and S is h, so we get the value of V square equal to 2gh. Now K equal to half mv square and half m, again we are putting the value of V square, so you will get K equal to mgh. Now the potential energy will be 0. Why? Because U equals to mgh and the value of h at ground is 0, so it makes U will be 0. Again total energy, that is K plus U equals to mgh. So from these three equations we can conclude that body falling freely under gravity has constant energy, that is conservation of energy. And अब मैं आपको एक बात बता दूं, मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ भले ही आपको मतलब अजीब लग रहा हो, ना समझ में आ रहा हो, लेकिन आपको मतलब स्टिल्स दिख रहे हैं, इमेजेस दिख रहे हैं जहाँ पे मैंने ये चीज़ पूरी सॉल्व की है, आप उसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए, आप उसको प्रैक्टिस करिए, आपको वहाँ से बेसिकली ज़रूर आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. और दैट्स इट विद योर चैप्टर. बाकी वी हैव वन मोर थिंग, दैट इज़ एप्लीकेशन एंड प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सिंपल पेंडुलम. यू कैन read that, and that's it. Thank you, students.